Fate and Transcending Fate. Lifechanyuan. September 22, 2008. Translation edited by Chinyu. The doctrine of fatalism asserts that all changes and developments in everything, including the birth, aging, illness, death, fortune, and misfortune, longevity or premature death of all living beings, are predetermined by fate or heavenly mandate. The individual life is powerless and can only go with the flow of destiny. For the myriad of living beings, the view of fatalism is accurate. Everything is predestined, and not a bit is up to us. One cannot choose the environment and era of one's birth, cannot choose one's parents, race, or nationality. There are 18 factors in life that one cannot manage by oneself. This is fate, and one can only resign to it. The Tao is a kind of program, a perfect operating mechanism that no person or force can resist, one can only follow it. The Earth can only revolve around the Sun in the solar system, and the Moon can only orbit the Earth. This is the fate of the Earth and the Moon, and they have no choice but to follow this path. Spring is for growth, summer is for maturation, autumn is for harvest, and winter is for storage. A peach tree can only produce peaches, and an apricot tree can only produce apricots. This is the fate of plants, and they can only be as they are. Fish can only live in water, big fish eat small fish eat shrimp, herbivores eat grass, carnivores eat meat, cats catch mice, dogs guard homes, and a pig's fate is to end up in the slaughterhouse from birth. This is the fate of animals, it is inevitable. Humans experience birth, aging, illness, and death. As humans, one cannot escape this cycle of life and death, this is fate. Every life form has its own trajectory of existence and development, determined by a program, which is not allowed to change at will and is difficult to alter by oneself. This is fate. The entire universe, including countless beings within it, is organized according to a program. It can be said that everything is acting out according to a script. Each life form, each person, is a character predetermined by the script and can only act according to its plot: when to be born, when to die, when to gain wealth, when to fall ill, when to suffer calamities, when to become an official, and so on, all is pre-planned. This is fate, and people can only follow it. Who can escape this inevitable fate? Very few can manage it. Actors must perform according to the scriptwriter's script and the director's requirements. When crying is needed, they must cry; when laughing is needed, they must laugh; when anger is required, they must be angry; when joy is needed, they must show joy. Even the words they speak are predesigned and beyond their control. The world is a grand script, and people living in this grand script are merely characters within it. Who is the protagonist, who is a supporting actor, who is an extra, when someone appears, when someone exits, all is planned out. Although people may not feel this, and each person may feel that everything is their choice and decision, in reality, all our words and actions are already arranged. Many things, even if one is unwilling, must be done; some words, even if one does not wish to say, must be spoken. The person who gave birth to us, we must call her mother, not grandmother or sister. Since it is a script, time does not exist. When we read a novel from start to finish, the characters and plots in the novel are vivid. When we reach page 80, we say that page 80 is the present, the pages before are the past, and the pages after are the future. However, if we shuffle the order and flip randomly, any page can be the present. If we put the novel aside for years and then read it, the characters and plots remain vivid and are still the present. Thus, the issues of past, present, and future do not exist. As humans, we feel that this moment is the present, today is today, yesterday was yesterday, and tomorrow will be tomorrow. In fact, as readers of the script, we can see our future conditions. The reason we cannot see tomorrow's situation is that we are confined within the script. We cannot return to the past or advance into the future because we are humans, not gods. As humans, we are not allowed to know the script's content. Knowing it would disrupt the program and cause chaos in the universe. The people may be made to follow a path of action, but they may not be made to understand it, which reflects compassion for humanity and the requirements of the script. However, there are exceptions to the rules. The heaven's net is vast and wide, yet nothing escapes it, but it also makes exceptions. For 98% of life, everything unfolds according to the script. For 1 to 2% of life, exceptions are made. This is also part of the program. In special circumstances, some actors may no longer play their roles in the script, and the director will replace them with another actor to continue the script's plot. Human sages have continually explored the mysteries of life, time, and space, showing us a bright and splendid path. The path guided by Jesus Christ leads to the kingdom of heaven. Although Jesus did not explain it, following the path he guided can free one from the constraints of the fixed program and enter the greatest Creator's kingdom. Buddha Shakyamuni's teaching to let go of ego and attachment also guides us to cross the sea of suffering and reach the shore of Buddhahood. Muhammad also told us that with the help of Allah's, the greatest Creator, power, one can escape the confines of heaven and earth and enjoy life in paradise. Laozi pointed us to the path of long life and eternal vision. High spiritual beings like Seth also teach us that through cultivation and practice, we can transcend the pre-written program and create our own life space and time. The wisdom of Osho, combining reality and Zen, inspires us to break free from inevitability and enter the kingdom of freedom. All phenomena give rise to the mind, and the mind transcends all phenomena. The mind arises from the environment, and the environment is created by the mind. For the myriad of living beings, everything is predestined, and they can only follow the mandate of heaven. Because you are ordinary mortals, you fundamentally do not understand the nature of humans, life, time, and space. You can only obediently play the roles designed by the program. For those with little wisdom and little faith, you have only a bit of cleverness. You may occasionally have moments of clarity, but most of the time, you are confused and muddled. You do not have enough wisdom and energy to escape the inevitable constraints of the program, so everything is also fate. One must not only know what is so but also understand why it is so in order to find a breakthrough and a path. Those who understand why and then take action can enter the path, walk out of it, and enter a broader realm of life. Just as those who understand computer programs can change them, those who understand the mysteries of life and life can change their fate and enter a broader world to enjoy a freer and more joyful life. One must think unconventionally to escape fate. Busy yourself with what others consider idle and be idle in what others consider busy. Since 98% of the masses live their lives according to fate's program, their life and trajectory are already written in the script. To escape the confines of heaven and earth, to break free from the constraints of the 3 realms and the 5 elements, and to enter the kingdom of freedom, one must absolutely avoid resonating with the masses' way of thinking and consciousness. One must act against the path, be afraid when others are not afraid when others are afraid, be busy when others are idle when others are busy, dislike what others like what others dislike, laugh when others cry when others laugh. The path guided by the Lifechanyuan guide goes against fate and humanity. It requires people to first acknowledge fate, understand fate, and then transcend fate. Recognizing fate is easy, but transcending fate is not. This requires chaotic thinking, a thorough understanding of life, time, and space, a detailed grasp of the program and the script, and knowledge of the methods to transcend fate. Otherwise, no one can escape fate. Relying on luck is absolutely hopeless, and blindly rushing around will never find the gate to heaven. For the gate is narrow and the way is hard that leads to life, and those who find it are few, because there are mysteries and methods within. In conclusion, for 98% of the masses, everything is driven by fate. For the 1 to 2% of Lifechanyuan members, everything is driven by knowledge and the mind. Let me tell you again, I have the methods to transcend fate and time and space.